Hedge, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of the second semifinal we are watching tonight. We already have 3 semifinalists determined. Let's see who the final one will be. Taurent down 0-1 to Socke. Socke 1 game away from being the 4th Final Four of Root Gaming's Warzone tournament, sponsored by DreamHost. Taurent, though, had a good build, just made one essential, gigantic error that ended up costing him the game. But that's okay, because if he just doesn't make that easy to not make a mistake, he'll be able to win this game. Whew, that was hard to follow. Let's just go ahead and do the cast. So we have Taurent spawning in the bottom left as the orange Protoss. In the top right, we have Socke as the green Protoss. Interestingly enough, early expands on this map end up feeling somewhat equivalent to a map like Shakura's Plateau because of the fact that warping in eliminates all notions of distance on a map. So that does mean that early expands are pretty safe on this map still to a 4 warp gate push. If your opponent is going for a fast 2-gate stalker before warp gate, then you're going to be in a little bit of trouble. Either way, Taurent in the bottom left as the orange Protoss, alternate attacks. Socke in the top right as the tealish-greenish Protoss, throwing down a pylon right next to his Nexus, before scouting to see if there's any proxy action in that corner of his base. Very, very smart play. It looks like Taurent not going to invest in anything of that sort. Just going to go ahead and build the pylon and assume that no cheese is going to be going down. Excuse me. It looks like Socke doing a very cool play, going for a 10-gate on this map. A lot of times you'll see players just kind of autopilot and do the same build on almost every single map, but going for a 10-gate is a very, very nice way to do early stalker pushes, and in particular is a very, very nice way to just do some early zealot harassment. You'll see players throw down another pylon on 13 and begin chrono boosting a zealot to do a little bit of damage to the opponent right off the bat. Looks like gas is going down for Socke. Looks like he is not going to be going for that fast zealot play, as he's going to be a little bit broke. Probably just going to go for the cybernetics core on 15. Socke continuing to do a little bit of damage to this pylon. Taurent has pretty much walled himself off. Does have this rally set here, is getting his own gas, but it's going to be always a little bit unnerving to get to your opponent's base and to see that that gateway is already finished. Liquid Tyler, aka Noni, is very well known for going for a 10-gate. Almost always just loves getting that very fast warp gate. We do see the Taurent's going for the 17 cybernetics core, finishing up his second pylon. Socke hasn't even begun to make his second pylon yet. It looks like he is just continuing to make units all the way. And oh, even building a pylon in this back corner. And that is going to be a little bit suspect for Socke. I mean, we're going to see that Taurent is noticing that there's no other pylon around. I mean, he's really doing a little bit of investigating here. Doesn't see anything, and he really should be aware that all the energy is being saved up for that cybernetics core. That is a dead giveaway that your opponent wants to be doing a little bit of pain bring-in ASAP. Cybernetics core now finishing. Taurent doing a very smart move, getting his zealot out right off the bat. Going to be able to defend things a little bit more easily, but saving up Chrono Boost himself for his own set of warp gates, and will be throwing down gateways. No extra Vespene Geyser, not even building any extra probes. Oh my goodness, looks like Socke has also stopped his probe production, just chilling at around 13 probes. A lot of gateways going down right now for Socke. There's the 4th one. Whoa! 1 stalker straight into 4 warp gates. And he is going to have everything spotted. Taurent needs to play this off very calmly if he wants to be able to stay alive. 4 warp gates coming up for Taurent. Almost would have preferred if he went 3 warp gate, only stalker. A little bit easier of a way to defend that. But it looks like, getting the sentry, very economically focused defense. We've seen Mana hold off 4 warp gate rushes in that exact same fashion. This 1 pylon, though, is going to be huge. Socke is going to need to build an extra pylon if he wants to be able to make use of this production cycle. Where is the extra pylon, Socke? Oh no, is he actually going to go for a warp gate and not have enough energy to warp in? Oh no, he's going to supply block himself. Oh, Socke. No, dude, man. Oh, man. Oh, Socke. Oh. So here comes the warping. Let's just watch this in action. Oh, yeah, I need a pylon. All right. 4 warp gate rush straight into 2 units. Whoopsie doopsie daisies. Taurent, gets the money force field. Needs to pick off that worker, though. Needs to pick off the worker. Pick off the worker. He does manage to get the worker down, so that means he will be safe for now. And Socke could have had so many more units at the front gate, and he needs to throw out another warp in. It looks like he hasn't done anything yet, and he traps 2 of those stalkers, just wailing away at the front door. Taurent now chrono boosting doing an amazing job of defending. Socke just pylon blocked himself. Uh-oh, counter pyloning in the main for Taurent. There's another brilliant force field thrown down by Taurent, who is just playing so well, playing so calm, keeping at the proper distance, and the Zealots now moving in. Socke in terrible, terrible position. Looks like he will even be able to afford another force field. Maybe he's at 50 energy, and uh-oh! Looks like Socke has gotten up the ramp. He is sniping off those stalkers as fast as he can, but he is losing all of his probes. Oh no! 5 probes left! And it looks like Taurent will be able to defend and hold for the win. And there's another very fast game. Socke really forgot a pylon. Really goes to show you that little mistakes don't always have to be the cause for losses. A lot of time, big mistakes like rushing for a warp gate and then having absolutely no supply. I mean, it's the sort of thing that does happen in an intense situation. You're up 0-1, you're up 1-0, $3,500 on the line. You got your proxy pylon down. A lot of times you don't get that proxy down when you're in Socke's position, and all of a sudden the adrenaline starts pumping, and you think, oh my gosh, I'm actually going to get an easy win. I'm actually going to go to 2-0. I'm actually might even be able to get to the finals. And when you start going down that thought process, it's so easy to trip and stumble over some big mistake like that supply block. But either way, this means that Taurent has a chance still. We'll be going on to the deciding game 3 right now.